A lot of that comes with opportunity and confidence, and I think, like I said, last year I got the opportunity to play and got some confidence playing in those in that role, and then hopefully I can continue to grow with that this year.
And what do you take from your own personal playoff performance? You're the one guy that sort of was there for every game.
Yeah, well, I had been there before. I knew what to expect, and those are the games I love playing. And yeah, that's the time of the year when you really have to kind of elevate your game a bit, and I love playing those big games.
What do you guys got to do to make sure you don't take a step back?
Yeah, again, you can't get complacent. Obviously, it's going to be harder to maintain what we've accomplished already, and the easy part is kind of getting yourself out of that maybe that cellar or where the outside expectations were, and now the expectations have been raised for us, and it's going to be a lot harder work this year.
It's a little easier going into year 2 under Randy Carlisle. You understand what kind of role he expects you to play every night now.
Yeah, again, I think the more familiar you can get with the coach, the better it is, and you know kind of what to expect from him and the way he kind of operates, and I think that leads to kind of more familiarity with and comfortability on the ice.
Is there a credit that goes to him in terms of what he was trying to develop out of you, in terms of bringing out maybe more of a power forward game out of yourself?
Yeah, you know what, I think the key was too the opportunity that he gave me. I think that was first and foremost. He gave me a chance to go out there and play in those situations, and then he obviously gave me some tips here and there on things he thought I could improve upon. And again, it was I enjoyed the relationship we had last year, and I definitely. Again, it was great that he gave me an opportunity to play.
Were you asked to play a greater zone presence in front of the net compared to what you might have done in Philadelphia? Has that always been a part of your game? That's
always been a part of my game. I think you kind of you notice it more when the pucks are going in for you. I mean, it doesn't mean you're not there. It just means sometimes you get the bounces, and I mean, hockey is a game where you got to get some of those bounces, especially when you're standing in front. If you're a few inches too far one way or the other, then it doesn't obviously maybe look like you're there in the box score. So again. Obviously, you got to go to those hard areas, but at the same time, you got to get some of those bounces too.
Was it a month for your face to heal following that Boston series? A lot of you guys really got your noses bloodied up and dirtied in the trenches.
Yeah, exactly. That's playoff hockey, though. It's a lot of fun playing in those big games. And again, if you're not a little banged up at the end of that, then you probably didn't do your job.
Do you have goals, like for points, 20 goals, 30 goals, 40 goals?
I'm not trying to get too wrapped up in that. I just want to keep improving every year.
Do you like the balance in this club? Whether you slot into the top group, the second group, whatever it is, 1A, 1, does it matter to you?
Yeah, exactly. That's the coach's decision to decide kind of where he wants guys to go. I have no problem wherever he wants to put me. And again, there's a lot of great players. We have a lot of depth up front, and it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out.
Has any of the new faces surprised you or stood out in your mind? Like fun to play with kind of thing?
You know what, actually, I've enjoyed playing with Trevor Smith out there. I missed him by a year at UNH, and I would have loved to be his teammate there, but again, he's been a really good player to play with. I've seen him play a couple times, but never been on the same ice as him, and he's impressed me quite a bit being on his line.
Is that guy your brother played with?
No, he was before me, a year before me, so I missed him by. He signed with I want to say it was maybe the Islanders right before I got there, so I missed him by a year. If he would have came back, I think we would have had a good chance of maybe winning the whole thing.
But UNH guys stick together, I
guess. Yeah, no, he's a great. I've met him a couple times off the ice, but never got a chance to skate with him until this week at camp, and I've been impressed with what he brings out there.
Did you take the tour with him?
What's that?
The UNH tour, was he your guide or something?
He wasn't my guide, actually, but a couple of his roommates were. But yeah, I met him when he came back. Actually, I think it was during the All-Star break my freshman year, and he was nice enough to buy all the boys some pizza and all that good stuff. So he was giving back to the team a little bit, which is nice.